I wasn't really sure what I was going to do for this multimodal, but I'm just going to do what the guy I interviewed. I'm not going to disclose his name on video because he didn't want me to do that. But I'm just going to tell you what he does. He manages for waterfowl. So basically, when you're managing for waterfowl, you're making the habitat as good as it can be for the ducks. As you can see here, we have some red-headed Eurasian pintails, and they are taking complete advantage of this habitat that's been managed in this instance. So, when you're managing waterfowl habitat, there's going to be two things that you're going to want to look for. You're either going to be managing dry land or standing water. Standing water, whenever you're managing for waterfowl, it's good to drop the water. As you can see, the water is quite low, and the red-headed Eurasian pintail right here likes lower water. But that's besides the point. Some ducks like the water a little bit higher. So come migration time, which is around November to March, you're going to want to adjust the water according to what ducks you want to see or help, because that's the most important part, is getting the ducks to come. So standing water, if you can control the water, you can drop it during the summer. That will help ground vegetations to grow. That's always a good thing for the ducks to eat. And it's also good to make sure you have good aquatic vegetation in the pond, because if you don't have food, you're going to have to use corn, and you don't want to use corn if it's standing water, because you might get in a little bit of trouble. So dry land management, it's a little different. It doesn't have any water in it except from about October to around mid-February is whenever you usually drop the water in a standing field. So most times, so this right here is a field I'm using for example. This is a peanut field, but if you're managing for waterfowl, you want to use something like corn or maybe sorghum or millet. So whenever you have that, there would be a big dirt dike right here, and you'd have a pipe running to the field so that whenever it's time to raise the water, you can do it. And as you can see here, this field's kind of wet. Whenever you're managing dry fields, you're going to have a lot of trouble with equipment getting stuck. That's just part of the job, you know. And hopefully, once you've planted everything, you'll have a good growing season, unless you have a hurricane and it'll knock down all your crops. But as long as you take care of your land, you will have the ducks come duck season.